great atmosphere for our guys to be in. I know it's homecoming week, and it's just exciting to go out there and see the fans come to support this team. And it was one of those games where it never got pretty for us, it didn't seem. It just seemed like every time we'd go a step or two forward, we'd take one back. We just didn't seem to make 2 shots in a row or whatever it is. But what I was proud about is I don't think where we were, if this was November, we wouldn't have won this game because our defense probably would not have been as tough, because if the offense wasn't going well, we probably would have let that affect our defense. So I was very proud of our guys to just hang in there and keep battling until the end, until we made a couple plays to get a little separation.
Jones made some threes, but you didn't seem to be shooting as many as usual. Was the game plan to mainly attack the basket with Jason and Wyatt, or were you not getting the opportunity for threes?
Well, it was both. Okay, how are they going to play us? They were going to come out and pressure. They were going to switch on screens, and they were going to spread out. And so when that happens, then you open up the basket for us. Okay, then we're going to have Chad Jackson, Tyler White, Ethan, those guys attack the basket. And then eventually, Bear's going to get open, and he did. I mean, because they switched so much, it's very difficult to switch all game long, every possession, without losing people. And I thought we did a great job of staying patient. We got a lot of wide open, really good looks because of that. And again, they didn't fall as much as we wanted to, but I looked down, and heck, we shot, I believe, 40% from 3, and that's a pretty good number right there. The thing that we didn't do was I thought, how many layups did we miss tonight? And we missed a lot of makeable layups, which could have gave us some separation. So, but again, I was very proud of our guys just to hang in there and battle it.
Stretch, what kind of game was it for you? I mean, obviously you started out, you got like a 5-point lead, then they came back and went up 4, but it seems like then you guys really got on a roll, and I don't know if they got within 4 the rest of the game. I mean, it seemed every time they would close it a little bit, you were able to go back up 8 or 9. What was the key, do you think, overall?
The game is made of runs. You're going to have our ups and downs. And we made a run, and as you can see, then we start falling behind a little bit. That's just what's going to happen. The crowd energized us at first. That's all. We played with each other's strengths, able to get knockdown shots, wide open shots, layups, and then we just got to be consistent with it. That's all.
So on defense tonight, you guys had a great amount of rebounds. And, you know, Kennesaw, they tried in the first half a lot to get anything from outside the key. But towards the second half, they really focused on trying to get in and get closer shots. So was there any strategy to your defense on that?
No, it's always, whatever they're trying to do, we have certain things we're supposed to do. Again, we made a couple mistakes during the night that gave them wide open looks. And I think I called timeouts after we had a stretch where we had to refocus because we just weren't, whatever reason, we just weren't as focused as we needed to be and allowed things to happen that shouldn't happen so easily. But again, defensively, it's these guys just buying in and wanting to be good defenders, and so that's why there's a lot of rebounds out there because of that. And you look down at Stretch's numbers, and you say, somebody who doesn't, you know, may say, hey, he had 4 points. Then you look at everything else that's so effective: 12 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals, and those steals were in very important times when it was a 4-point game, and we couldn't buy a basket, we couldn't get anything going, but they couldn't either because we made plays defensively.
So how does it feel coming off of 2 wins at home?
It feels good. It's incredible having, we go in practice day after day, and we come out with a loss, but we keep our heads up and keep it moving, never giving up.
This team's been one of the most resilient, especially under the circumstances they're under. Each game doesn't move them up in the tournament standings for seedings for the conference or things like that, or the ability to do this or that. So just to come in and go, okay, we have pride in ourselves, we want to do this. They've been tremendous practice players, and that speaks volumes to the leadership of our seniors. And those are the guys who run the team. They patrol the locker room, they patrol the practices, they take care of it. And that's why, you know, the November, the first 2 games of Ohio State, since then, you know, we're 6-5. And that's pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty good run we're on right now.
Stretch, what do you guys do? I mean, as Coach said, you know, you're not competing for a conference title in this year. And that, what did you guys talk about, especially you seniors, of what you wanted to accomplish this year?
Coach Darius Nichols tell us to smell the popcorn. got to enjoy every moment that you get out there. By us not being able to win or go for the conference tournament, you just got to enjoy that we're going to D1. We're traveling from the west side to the east side, and we get to play. There's no pressure on us. There's nothing. Just enjoy it, come out with a win, come out with a victory, and have fun with each other. Like you said, we have 3 seniors this our last year. After this, we're going to have the wish. I wish I was back. So you just got to take every moment.
And the other thing, I think everybody knows in this room that when something happens to a team like Jalen Billups, and all of a sudden I think you go, we're very fortunate. We're very, very fortunate to have every opportunity that we have.
You know, Coach, it's homecoming. A lot of former players here, you know, a lot of alumni and stuff. Kind of talk about how important it is to kind of stamp your team's brand in front of the largest crowd here. And for guys like Stretch, you know, going through the last run and how important it is for you guys to see that and then, you know, filter that down to the younger guys. You had like 4 freshmen on the floor a lot of the time. And talk about how, you know, that helps those guys mature as the season progresses.
Well, we'll start with the alumni here. What my job is, our coach's job is to, when they walk into this gym and they see the people in their uniforms, in their numbers, to make sure that they're proud of it, to make sure that we've done and respected what has been built here. And when they see what has been built on is team play, tough kids that just have one thing in common, they have a team ego that wants to win. And when they see them play and play that way, then they're going, okay, we're happy that those kids wearing my number. If somebody's in their number, if Paul Cluxon saw a kid in his number that couldn't play, sat on the bench, had a terrible attitude, he'd be so upset. And that's my fault if that happens. And to these seniors, it's the same thing. It's their job to pass on, you know, what is established, the work that's put in, and things like that. Whether it be homecoming, whether it be walking through Kroger's, whatever it is. You carry yourself a certain way, you represent that name, because there's no names on the back of that jersey. And people ask me all the time, well, I'm not, the front is the most important. The front is the most important, and we want the kids to buy into that. This kid buys into that. Ethan Faulkner, they all buy into that. And that's what this has been built on.
You mentioned it, but about the 4 freshmen. Can you talk about the faith you have in the freshmen? Because at one point you had 4.
We don't have any faith. No, jokingly, these guys are the reason the freshmen are coming along. If they don't treat the freshmen right, if there's any animosity, if they don't look after them, these kids won't make it because it's hard. It's so much different than high school. It is so much different. And these seniors, the upperclassmen and Chad Jackson, I don't know what they're saying to them in the locker room when we're going out of the locker room, but I know it's the right things, or they wouldn't be coming along and they wouldn't have the positive attitudes they did. These guys took care of them just a week or so ago because, again, I thought the freshmen hit a wall, and with the school, with the basketball grind, they haven't gone through that yet, but these guys have taken care of that. So I don't look at him as freshman anymore. I look at him, he's going to be okay in this situation. He's had some positive experiences. Now, like Jack tonight, he didn't have a great game. That's okay. I wasn't upset because he didn't make shots. I was upset because of one thing he did that he shouldn't have done. Because that told me, okay, he may not be as focused as possible. Okay, Todd hasn't had a lot of minutes, but he did a great job of not doing anything negative, really. And so different kids have stepped up because they are working. These guys have done a tremendous job with it.
Anyone else?
And Chad had a heck of a dunk, didn't he? Man. So it's your guys' job, who's ever in charge, to get it on Sports Center. You know anybody there?
I can try.
Attaboy.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.